it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catdets culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show you mean it. Stay in culture, let's make some more. Catdets Corner, Soju color. All the baddies is a lady, pull up is a lady. Killing you, me also known as that. Trying with cash on the back end, how it's gonna add up to change it like a cat. Gotta say I'm glad I was in the Jupiverse. Like an OG status and I'm still up on the path. Cooking over gas, started the expansion. Looking like a blast man, it's fun to be a cat. If you ain't one yet, you should stick around for that. When my name turned red, I felt the first passion. I think I'll get it moving on. Making do some music and the cats like it's a groove. Truly, cats looking like a little movie. Life getting changed, that's how he said he do it. We got wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every figure. Updates making peace. Roof breaks, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catdets culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show me. Wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every figure. Updates making peace. Roof breaks, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catdets culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show you mean it. Stay in culture, let's make some more. Catdets Corner, Soju color. All the baddies is a lady, pull up is a lady. Killing you, me also known as that. Trying with cash on the back end, how it's gonna add up to change it like a cat. Gotta say I'm glad I was in the Jupiverse. Like an OG status and I'm still up on the path. Cooking over gas, started the expansion. Looking like a blast man, it's fun to be a cat. If you ain't one yet, you should stick around for that. When my name turned red, I felt the first passion. I think I'll get it moving on. Making do some music and the cats like it's a groove. Truly, cats looking like a little movie. Life getting changed, that's how he said he do it. We got wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every figure. Updates making peace. Roof breaks, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catdets culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show me.
Hello, everybody. It is I. Kash is back here hosting the Planetary call. Feels good to be back in the driver's seat. Before we get started, as people are still kind of filtering in, because for the first time in a long time, we basically started on time, which is pretty surprising, quite honestly. I'm going to need everyone to please, to start it off, drop a little W in the chat for Vibu and OG, who smashed it last week. Those guys, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Cass. I know people would prefer Vibu and OG. Excellent teamwork on their side. Great banter. They kind of stepped up and did. It's not easy to talk to, thousands of people at the same time. And they did a great job of it. So yes, W's in the chat are well deserved for them. Alas, you're stuck with me this week. And oh boy, we got a banger today, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. We have one major product announcement. We have two major product recap. We have three, a giant milestone for the DAO, along with a little conversation about an underappreciated Jupiter product. Then we're going to give you the alpha on Portfolio V2. And then we have a Catdets Corner that everyone's been waiting for. My guy, iSAK, is here as well. My background looks fire. Thank you very much, Wake. This is not AI. Most of the calls I start with, they think it is AI, but it is not. Shout out to my wife who helped design all this. All right. Anyway, we're going to get going here right about now as soon as I share my screen, which arguably I should have done before. But here we are. Actually, before we even get started, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I have to do one very important thing. Give me just like 30 seconds to come back. Psych. All right, I'm gonna need, this is not a request, I'm gonna need a little jam in the chat like my guy Furkan has already done to get things going here, to get the vibes right. We got a big one today, folks. As I always say, in case you don't already know, my name is Kash. I'm mostly famous as the owner of a very thoughtful, very philosophical slug by the name of Slorg over here. Shout out to Jupe and Juice on the creation there. Shout out to my guy Satchel, who's got murder on his mind. But we got Katoshi and Monique and everybody else. Chandan Cesar, good to see you. Aman and Yoda Pun. Alley Cat, Founder Energy in the building over here. And today I'm going to be your host as we go through the Planetary call. In case you don't already know, we've done this 45 times we've done this. Please start the swear jar. And I will, how about this? Every time I swear, I'll donate, what should we do? I'll donate 10 Jupe for every time I swear. So people start counting and we'll just make that a thing going forward. This is a swear-free call where what we're trying to do is celebrate the people and the products that make the Jupiverse so great. And so what we're going to do is basically a whirlwind tour of everything that's been happening across the Jupiverse, across Jupiter, the platform, Jupe the token, and JUP, the community, and tell you what you need to know because quite honestly, there's too many things going on right now in the Jupiverse. And so you need to have a nice consolidated way to go over it all. The agenda for today, as you can see, is long. We're going to be doing This Week in the Jupiverse. Did someone just say, do I have gray eyebrows? I don't think so. I got this like very cool scar that I got in a knife fight one time, but that's a different story. This Week in the Jupiverse, then we're going to talk about OMG, brand new product release that I know I have been waiting for a long time, and I know many of you have as well on the Jupiter mobile side. Then we're going to hear from my Quant YY, aka QQ, the Quant on the Ultra Mode API that has recently gone live and is a banger. Then we have a deep dive into JupSOL, and I'm going to tell you right now, since you're my friends and you're here early, here's what you need to know. There is going to be a substantial announcement during that section. Not only is Soju the lady killer back, but we got a new person to introduce you to, first time on the Planetary call, and then a big announcement for the future of the, well, I won't say too much. And then if that wasn't enough alpha for you, we're going to do an alpha drop with Portfolio V2. Fan favorite, my guy Genisus is back in the building to show everybody what is coming up. Oh, they said donate my eyebrows. I'm probably not, I mean, I have enough eyebrow that I could probably donate half and still be looking like a normal person. We want eyebrow lawyer. That's another thing. And then finally, we got Catdets Corner with my guy iSAK from Jupe India and just longtime community member. Great overall dude. Scar is not from that. All right. What we're going to do right now, though, is This Week in the Jupiverse. Let's do a little over-under on this one. Let's say hour and 10 minutes is what we're going for from here. By the way, starting now, an hour and 10 minutes till the end of the call. So I'm going to go very quickly around this, folks. Cash's eyebrows are the eighth wonder of the world. Not a joke. I used to get made fun of for the size of my eyebrows and the size of my nose, which was, so it's just really PTSD seeing Broski and everybody else roasting me. And that's not true. I think it's kind of funny now. I've become a little bit Knife Donda. Yeah, that's also nice. That's nice. That was a joke, by the way. I did not actually get this in a knife fight, but that's another story. I did get it. Anyway, we'll go into This Week in the Jupiverse. And the first thing that you need to know that happened is a big one. Jupiter Ultra Mode V2 now live in Jupiter Mobile. That means you get all the good stuff right from your phone. Drop a little W if Jupiter Mobile is your daily driver. If it is the main wallet to choose, I know it definitely is for me. It is too good, and it just got even better. Ultra Mode V2 is the best DeFi swap. Meow's been working on it for 8 years. Even before Jupiter started, he's been wanting to build the perfect DeFi swap. And now, thanks to the entire team, and it is a very large team that brought this vision to life. In Jupiter Mobile now, what can you do that you couldn't do before? Well, let me tell you, you're going to trade faster, gasless support. You don't have any SOL? No problem. It's actually going to feed into the next thing that we're going to talk about on Jupiter Mobile, by the way. You want to trade smarter, real-time slippage estimation, V2, even better than before, dynamic execution, making sure that you don't just see the best price, but that you get the best execution. And then, of course, trading more safely with Jupiter Shield, better warnings and everything else like that. And don't forget, every trade that uses Ultra Mode also gets priority support. Shout out to Flabber, Denda, Knock, Vito, and everybody else, Manjupi, everyone else on the support team, been crushing it. Hundreds of tickets a week. No sleep, still making it happen. Big deal alert over here. Trade faster. Come on, that's all I need. I am Bra knows what it's all about. That is a fact. Yeah, sports. Stuff in the comments about my eyebrows is making me laugh. I apologize. I will put that to the side for right now. Second thing that happened this week in the Jupiverse, the Ultra Mode API for Ultra Mode V2 is now live as well. If you are a builder watching this right now, you just use the god dang, that doesn't count as a swear, Ultra Mode API. It's so great. You don't have to worry about RPCs and all the configurations that come along with that. You save so much time. You just get everything optimized out of the box. You can bring the end-to-end swap into your app no matter what you are building, particularly if you're building for the Coliseum Global Hackathon. Definitely consider it. If you used older versions of the Jupyter API or binary, now is your time to upgrade. You will never regret it, and your users are going to thank you. YY is going to talk about that more in just a little second. Steady shipping, says Sammy, and he's not wrong. Can I tell you, actually, can I do a little quick aside? Is that all right, chat? Can I do a little quick aside? I know I said an hour and 10 minutes, and this is why I'm always late on these kinds of things. 5 Jupe donation for goddamn. Seems fair. Somebody else keep count in the chat. This is why I also need a co-host, by the way. So there's somebody else that can kind of manage the chat at the same time. I'm doing an anonymous Solana founder survey for the ecosystem call I'm doing next week. And one of the questions is which team ships the fastest? And I have to remove it from the survey because out of 61 founders, the overwhelming number one answer is, of course, Jupiter. And now it looks like I just set us up for it. But it is, in fact, the truth. The Jupiter does stay shipping. Eternal Sammy is right there. In terms of shipping, here's another thing. Jupyter Portfolio, which we're going to get a sneak peek of later on in this call, a version 2 alpha drop only for you, the Planetary call listeners, getting the alpha first. Portfolio coverage up only. Big shout out to, of course, Meteora, the Fragmetric boys. Had a good time with them. Haven and many others are all now in there as well. If you want to see your favorite DeFi protocol represented in Jupyter Portfolio, and it's not yet, go to feedback.jupe.ag and put that out there. Genisus is going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. The truth is the survey didn't have any option didn't have any other option than Jupyter for this question, says Genisus, and he is correct. Is Jupyter the biggest team on Solana other than Solana? Biggest, I don't know. By head count, probably not. By impact, by pure chattery, yes, we are, in fact. Swaps fast, ships hard, and something else hard that I won't say because I'm trying to hold on to my Jupe. All right. In other news this week in the Jupiverse, bunch of new integrations, bunch of new launch pads are here. Is it just me? It's launchpad season. It feels like everyone and their mother is launching a launchpad right now. And the good news is Jupe Pro's got you covered. Wherever the alpha is going to be, Jupe Pro is going to get you there quickly, thanks to Alpha Scan, which is a feature within Jupyter Pro, which allows you to quickly see and filter just for that particular launchpad. So Boop now integrated on Jupe.pro. Boop and catching fire lately, honestly. Jodo is locked in the basement. That helps with the execution speed. That is absolutely correct. Jodo is not allowed to go to karaoke. Next up is X Apple, also now available on Jupyter. Very simple. You can also use these custom shortcuts to get there very quickly if you want to. So jupe.ag/pro/xapple. And then also the third one, mentot.fun, also over here. Dev's been shipping. That is just the fact. If you are trading new tokens, there is just no better way to do it than Jupyter Pro. Not only do you have instant access to all these different launchpads, which is not something that's true of most trading bots, for the record, but you also have an easy UX at 1/10 of the price. I mean, come on, just like it's a no-brainer. That stuff really compounds over time if you're not careful. Whoa, hold on. Everyone, shut up. Shut up, everybody. Srijani is in the chat. Srijani is actually off today. But like a true warrior, this is what we do at Jupyter. Even on your vacation days, hopefully no one caught that. Even on your vacation days, you come in and just check out what's going on because the Planetary call cannot be missed. So yeah, that's okay. Thank you, chat. Yes, thank you, Srijani. You're gonna have to give me that 10 Jupe because that's really mostly your fault, more so than my fault on that one. I was just so surprised to see you here. And big shout out to Cian, who's helping produce this call. Stepped into it. Those are big shoes to fill. Even though Srijani is a very small woman. And thank you very much to Srijani and Cian for making that happen. Srijani is a legend. Jupe and Juice is absolutely correct, as is Cian. All right. In any case, going back to things that are happening across the Jupiverse, 20+ Enjoyer community artworks are now live. The submissions end today. Jupe Enjoyer, our effort to kind of help build up the culture, bring a little bit of fun and art back into the meme coin space. You can see all of that at enjoyers.jupe.ag/gallery. There were, I think, hundreds of submissions. And honestly, shout out to Stash. Stash had some of the best stuff. I'm just going to say that right now. Stash, Gur, there was a few that really had just standout quality in terms of what they were doing here. It's ending, not yet edited. Yes, submission ending today. Thank you, Julian, for that. The swear. Who else thinks that the swear Jupe will exceed the litter box Jupe by the end of the call? I only have to swear, I don't know, what is that? 3 million times, I guess, or 4 million times, and then we'll be right there. Anyway, yeah, the stash intern is good. There's no doubt about that. Other things that have happened in the past week that you might have missed, if you are not yet sick of my voice, I got great news for you. I went onto the Blockworks podcast called Lightspeed, had a great time with my guy Jack, talking about Jupiter as the DeFi super app. Might have dropped some spicy takes. I don't really remember. I kind of black out when I do public speaking, if I'm being honest. But my favorite part of this whole story is they photoshopped this image of me wearing a tie. I have not worn a tie in years. And yet they did to just make me look more professional and credible. I think that's an F in the chat. And Matt, to answer your question, no, I'm a very happily married man, but thank you for asking. So yes, please, F's in the chat for Lightspeed and this yellow journalism, we might call it. I don't know what this is, but otherwise they're very good. People should go check that out. LinkedIn, PFE Theft, that's right. Speaking of me, and speaking of stuff about the community, I released a vlog that we shot at Catdets. It's not really about me. It's actually about all of you because so many people are in it. If you haven't already, drop a little W if you watched it and if you liked it. And if you haven't watched it yet, go do that. It's on my Twitter page. The main page retweeted. It's going to be on the YouTube soon. 13 minutes that allow you to relive all the goodness that was Catdets. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't think it's a curse word for what it's worth. I'm a grown man. I have a child and everything like this. I still cried. Not cried. I got very emotional while watching this just because it was too much fun coming back. I really do wish we could go back to it. Yeah, the chat digs it. Can't miss 2026. That's a fact. Anyone that wasn't there, make sure to reshare that so that the people that weren't there feel even more FOMO and feel bad about themselves and their bad life decisions. All right. One other thing that I definitely want to put in here, as you can see, this was added last minute, so this is my fault. But it has become obvious to me, and maybe not obvious to the rest of the world, how good Jupiter is for swapping BTC, ETH, and Solana. And I just wanted to put this in here as a win because it's something that we kind of discovered, and we've updated Jupiter Pro now to reflect this fact when he talks about on-chain liquidity. Using Jupiter, because of the JLP pool from Jupiter Perps, you can do a $20 million on-chain buy of Bitcoin and get 1% slippage. That's pretty crazy. You can single clip $20 million of Bitcoin and have 1% slippage. The future is on chain, folks. This is the good stuff, and a Jupe Pro is the only way to get there. So if you're trading in size on some of the majors, you should. The only place that you need to go is Jupe Pro. Don't worry about any other options. Jupe is home, literally, says Jupes. That is absolutely right. If only I had 20 million. Yes, this was actually a screenshot that I took from Vibu. I had asked him to put it together. My computer could not even put the number in because it was too big. Yeah, 200K slippage on a $20 million order. Pretty incredible. Lastly, or second to lastly, penultimately, new DAO grantee. The JupSync initiative is now live. So Yurik and Degen have received a grant to keep the Jupiverse connected and informed of all future things. That should be helpful. There's a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to get involved in that, go reach out to Yurik and Degen. And then finally, a special shout out to our guy YNS. Wanted to do a shout out here. He's been crushing it on these motion graphics and these like neat logo animations. If people have seen these on Twitter, this is all this guy YNS who's doing it. These look awesome. They just kind of elevate the whole brand. I just love them, and I think that they're really, really great. I like that the different Jupiter pages are now talking to each other in the chat as well. It's like the Jupiverse has become sentient and it's talking to itself. And lastly, big shout out to everyone in the community, and a special shout out for our guy Vibu, who has led a lot of these efforts and done a great job with it. But everyone in the community has been just so good at helping pushing out all of this content. Just in April alone, in the Command Center Telegram group, which if you're not in, you should be. 2,000 other people are in there. Just massive release after massive release. It is the best place to learn about things first, and is the best way to kind of give back and contribute to the Jupiverse, help more people understand. The number one complaint that I get from other founder friends or press people when I talk to them, or even liquid funds when I talk to them, is that Jupiter is shipping so much that it's hard to keep track of it all, which is why this kind of amplification matters so much, because we do a lot of things and people just honestly can't keep up unless they see it constantly. And that's why it's so important for this group. So major shout out to everybody else. Genesis asks, should we slow down? I don't know, chat. What do you think? Should we slow down? We'll see what the chat has to say. Tell Vibu we love him. I'll just bring him up on stage real quick. No, I won't. He is, that'd be too mean back there. I won't do that. But yeah, we do. Oh, he's brought himself on stage. He has too much power.
Got the admin control.
This is a coup is happening live in front of your eyes, folks. How you doing, buddy?
I'm not
Notice
dressed, but
you dress a lot nicer when I'm not around, huh? Then I'm back on the call and you're back into a t-shirt.
I know. I'm just getting prepped, man. We got a big thing coming up. I'm gonna take myself back down.
All right.
Cheers.
Everybody, thanks for all the good work. Everybody in the chat, drop a little W for our guy, Vibu. Wibu. Maybe that's the nickname we've been looking for. Wibu with a W. Interesting. What's his hair good? Nice. I also like that he gets roasted. That is also very good. Let's keep showing all these comments. Let's just show as many as we can to the production team over here. He's missing Vincos. That is also true. Anyway, what we're going to do now is release a brand new product, a big one. A lot of people on the team have been working on this for a long time. Wow, that was close. I'm glad I put some money on this. It has really helped my swearing on here. Please drop a little JM into the chat for our guy, Ayayron. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you, Kash? I'm so pumped.
Oh, you know me, man. I'm here with what is this? Like 4,000 of my closest friends. What can I say? Everything is good. Rumor has it that you have a banger update for us. Is that true? Is that rumor to be believed?
That's an understatement, I think. And it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Tell the people, is it live now? I was told that I have to switch between tabs and do all sorts of funny business. Is it I'm watching in the backstage area? Is this live? Folks, drop a little drum roll in the chat to get us this going. Logging off, wifey is watching, says Molu. Yeah, this is when Ayayron's on the screen. You gotta keep your wives and girlfriends away. Let's see. Yeah, it is. I don't know. Is this live? I'm trying to check. Well, tell the people a little bit about what we got cooking here, Ayayron.
Yeah, I think I teased about this last week with Vibu. And we've launched, I think, one of the I'm not sure how to describe this actually. It's a game-changing feature that will like make transferring and sending of tokens to anybody.
So much alpha that his camera froze. Oh, he's back now. Aaron, the announcement is live. Tell the people, what have you guys done? What have you done?
I'm so pumped. Yeah, I think the team has gone really heads down into trying to make the best experience for transferring tokens, right? And redesigning the whole flow of how people can send funds to each other. And when the barriers of entry to crypto is so high, people having to needing to create a wallet immediately before they receive a token. We are trying to eliminate all of that. So sending tokens and money via a link. I think we should preview the video. I'm gonna speak too much. Yeah.
Let's preview the video, folks. Wait, hold on. There we go. Universal Send is now live. I'm going to need a W in the chat. I'm going to need one. I'm not asking for one. I'm going to need one right now. Tell the folks about Universal Send here, Aaron.
Right. Yeah, so sorry, I think I saw in the chat that my audio is a bit wonky. Hope you can hear me fine now. But I think there are like 3 pillars to what we've just launched, right? So Universal Send consists of sending to wallets, sending via a gift, right? And then lastly, sending via something very new, a QR code, right? So a highly requested feature that a lot of people have been requesting for because, onboarding is all about in real life interactions. So all you need to do is just generate, a QR, and then your friend or your family member can just scan it and get onboarded and collect his tokens immediately. So I think this will set the stage for what crypto transfers will be in the future. We are continuing to improve this feature, and this developed from the idea of invite. Something as simple as just needing to onboard friends. We are rethinking how money flows at this point. Yeah.
Pretty sick. I love this idea, this framing of it. It's the easiest way to send money anywhere, right? We talk about crypto being excellent and being the best rails for payment, and now we have the best UX you could ask for to send not just USDC, not just SOL. I saw OG sending $10 of fart coin to his grandma. Now that's what a good grandson does using universal send. This is pretty incredible. And now this is obviously fully non-custodial as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is a fully decentralized solution, Aaron?
Fully non-custodial. We have an on-chain program that runs all of this. So everything that you see will be legitimate, right? So I know with, there's a lot of issues with security nowadays. So I think that's first and foremost to the team. And, like you mentioned, we support every token now. And this took quite a fair bit of time. But I'm so happy that, our backend team, the mobile team, went down and really got it done. I'm really proud of the team for this. Yeah.
Pretty sick. Adam Fraser asked in the chat, any thoughts about a privacy solution? Nice to be able to onboard your friends without sharing your finances with them.
Yeah, I think this is a next step, actually. So stay tuned.
People ask for alpha. Sometimes they have good ideas and they know what's coming up next. That was not it, though, if I'm not mistaken. There's also another new feature that shipped with this as well, huh? Couldn't just be happy with one ship. Needed to ship multiple new features, huh?
Yeah, we that's what we do, right? We just stay shipping at Jupiter. And yes, just for some context, we previously had no history, apart from just the swaps. Right? So right now we've pushed out not just your transfers history, but also this entire history that's all unified into a single page. And you can find this tab right in your sidebar in Jupiter Mobile. So go take a look and start sending friends gifts. It's a season to be giving.
It is the season. It's always the season to be given in crypto. Also, just got to shout out Just Welly with a nice one here. Gasless fart. How good? That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. Fears, it says, I love history, as do I. It's something I've been looking for a while. It's the quality of life that just makes it so much better. You can see everything that you've sent to anybody very easily. Instant claims. Don't need to have any other wallet for it. All they need is a link and then the ability to download Jupiter Mobile to get it. As easy as texting, says Jupiter Mobile V2 ARC. This is a banger. This is an absolute banger. I'm going to need everyone who's watching this right now to do me a favor and just spam the like, retweet, drop a little actually, what should they drop underneath? They should drop you can drop a little W as a comment. That would be great. If you like it when we premiere new features on the Planetary call, I need your help to support these launches. So drop those RTs, drop those likes, and help us get this going. I'll put the link into the chat right now and put that in here. Anything else that you want to say about Universal Send or the process of putting this together, brother?
I think this will be, this is us fulfilling what Jupiter Mobile V2 is all about. And we've released Magic Scan and Magic Paste, to kickstart V2. And thereafter, shortly, we released Portfolio V2 on Jupiter Mobile. And it is the best way to take a look at your tokens and your positions on chain. Right. So this is another step towards completing our journey towards Jupiter Mobile V2. And we've got one more in the chamber. So we're going to save that. And just bangers coming to you every week. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Banger after banger. I love this idea. Better than Venmo, Revolut, Wise. This is the way to send it all around. QR codes, links, any option that you might want. All the transfer history live here as well. Just an absolute banger of an update, folks. So again, I must ask you, do your thing, Jupiter community, to the Jupiverse. Please get this out into the world. This is, again, one of those features that no other wallet has. No other app has, quite honestly. No other app does it like we do. And this is by having better features that make your life better and make it easier to onboard new people. This is how we grow the pie. So need your support to push that out into the world. All right. Can you give any teaser about what's coming up next, Aaron? Or am I going to get my head chopped off for even asking?
I think I might get my head chopped off if I release anything else. I think I released quite a couple of alphas last week by accident. It wasn't supposed to be so much, I think. And then I've got some comments about what was going on. So okay, maybe I'll just give a small teaser, right? Your history will be affected, right? Basically, this is not the end for history. So yeah,
History is going to
maybe we
grow
can
even
explore that.
further from here. All right, there we go. There it is. Folks, pay attention closely. Might know what's coming up next. Aaron, thanks for coming on. Thanks for putting in the good work and putting this out into the world. This is awesome. I can't wait to use
Thank
this.
you so much.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
See you soon, man. Go back to karaoke. All right. That was Ayayron making literally history. Absolutely true. This is not the end for history, Andera says as well. Yes, we have it coming in. iSAK, he's in the background and he's also in the chat. He's backstage and in the chat. Nobody does it like Jupiter. I like that. Jupiter is actually funny. I might steal that. All right. That's enough. I don't want to malign other folks in this industry, but a single update of this kind of scale would be enough for another company for maybe 2-3 weeks is basically all they would do. Not here at Jupiter. Over here, we have another new update. The Ultra Mode API went up yesterday. Please drop a little QQ in the chat for my quant. Why? What's going on, brother?
What's going on? I just literally just deployed the banner for Universal Send. I was crunching it out in the behind the scenes. But yeah, good to be back here again. So today we'll be talking about Ultra V2 API, and where should I begin? Because it has been such a long way, right? Like not just for the API itself, but like swap itself has come such a long way. We have a ton of features now with Ultra Mode. For example, Juno Liquidity Engine, RTSC, dynamic execution, all these things. And Kash, you've probably said this a bunch of times. We cannot reiterate enough that Ultra Mode is really the best out there, the best execution out there, and this provides the best experience. But this didn't come easily, right? If you look at a thread that we posted a few days ago, 8 years in the making and the story behind it. For Ultra API as well, I think it is quite a pivotal change for developers out there, because in the past, just developing on Solana itself isn't that simple, right? And as the years go by, it becomes easier and easier. There are more dev tools out there. There are more resources out there. But for someone that just wants to get into crypto easily, that wants to tap into a DeFi market easily, someone that wants to build a community, without any knowledge at all, it's very difficult for them to add just a simple swap to their application, just a simple swap to their website. It is very difficult. So what Ultra API does is everything you get from Jup.ag, the Ultra Mode itself, it's all available on Ultra API. There's no differences. It's all the same. And you don't even need any RPCs. You don't need any configurations. Basically, zero headaches. So slippage, priority fees, transaction sending, all these like inevitable things that as a developer you have to handle. Even as a user yourself, you have to handle to use DeFi. But with Ultra Mode, both on the front end and as well as the API itself, we handle everything for you. So I don't think our words can
it's like, yeah, for anyone who hasn't actually tried building something, I cannot tell you how much time it's going to save. In my mind, it's like what Jupiter did for swaps in terms of making it easy. You don't have to go look across like Radium and Orca and Meteor and all these different places. It just made it easy, dead simple to trade tokens. Ultra Mode API makes it dead simple to actually build. It is that same kind of like exponential increase in experience that Jupiter was able to provide with the Ultra Mode API. 100 Ultra features. Is that true?
I don't think there's 100. Maybe there's like 100 different things moving behind the scenes to just get a but yeah, definitely feels like 100.
And this one here, set fees, I know is a big one. This is like one of the number one requests that we've heard from other folks. Can you tell the people about the fee integrator?
Yeah, so I think just last week we've launched or we have allowed developers to integrate fees in the Ultra API. So as a developer now, as an integrator now, you can take fees through Ultra, but we do still take a cut just for, you know, that goes to the little box itself. I won't speak too much on that front, but there's a guide right now in the dev docs that goes through with you how to get set up with the fees. And it is not as simple now because you still have to run some scripts, but we're trying to make it easier for you in the next few weeks with like referral dashboards and all these things, just to make like the quality of life easier for you as a developer. Yeah.
Too good. And then there's a bunch of other features. You want to run through them real quick?
How about this? I'm going to throw you a curveball. Our Ultra API is so easy to integrate. How about I just do it right now, like within 3 minutes?
Yeah. Hey, all right. Let's run it up, brother. Let's do it.
Okay.
I will say, why I already threw me a curveball by coming onto the call, and now he's double curveballing me. This is what iSAK is going to feel like in a little bit when I throw a bunch of curveballs his way in the Catdets Corner. All right, let's see. Oh, you're showing behind the scenes. All right, there we go. Yes, let's see it in practice here.
Yeah, so I'm in the docs right now. So if you go to get started and the environmental setup, I've done some of this. So assuming that you have the libraries ready, you have already set up your wallet in your environment. Now we just head over to Ultra API. The first step is obviously to get the order. You need to get the route in order to swap. So right here in my code editor, I have imported the libraries. I have set up my wallet. Look, remember that you don't need any RPCs. So all I need to do is just copy this, paste this. So we're using the free API right here, Light-API, Ultra, and then this is getting the order. Let me zoom in a bit more. And then from here, you can see the input min is SOL, output min is USDC. There's the amount, and then this is the wrong. This is the wrong taker. 1 sec.
Live demos. You live on the edge, brother. Can we zoom in a bit? Let me make this a bit bigger. Everyone can still hopefully see or can hear YY and me.
There we go. Okay, so now for the execute order part, what we need to do is after we get the response from the order, we actually get a transaction. And then all you need to do is just sign it and then send it to our execute endpoint. So in this code snippet, let me just copy and paste. What this does is it just signs the transaction. And then in this last part, we'll be executing it. And then what we want to do is copy this one. So we'll get an execute response back from the API. And we can actually know what happened to the code itself. So let me run the code. And there we go. Let me zoom in a bit more. So you can see right here, I've just run the code, and this is aggregator type. So this is, I think, Metis, so our own routing engine. And then you can see the different request ID, what's the in amount, out amount, what is going through. So it's going through Meteora DLMM, Whirlpool. And then this is the swap transaction that we've just signed. And then this is the swap success. So there we go, successful. Let me just open this just to fact check myself. Yes, as easy as that.
As easy as that. That is, I mean, if this Jupiter shit doesn't work out for you, brother, you have a future in infomercials, because that was an excellent, excellent demonstration. The ShamWow guy is in shambles right now. And our guy Julian, he's got a great point. So let me get this straight. This will work with any token, even if there's no SOL in the wallet, right? It's Ultra mode.
Yes, correct. So as you mentioned just now, Kash, there is the gasless support feature. You have to qualify for certain trade size, and most tokens, if I'm not wrong, is supported right now. If you do not have SOL for gas fees, you actually take a portion from your trade amount and use it as gas fees. So it happens just behind, in the background, even for Ultra API as well.
Pretty sick. So if you are building, or if you know any builders that are trying to build things that are easy for normal people to use, maybe they're new to crypto, this is like an absolute no-brainer. YY for CTO, Xiangzu in shambles right now as well. I'm gonna tell Xiang you said that, Khan. We'll see what you say. But this is YY going for a power grab right now in front of thousands of people. Very interesting. But this is a major improvement to developer experience over here. In my mind, I think this does two awesome things. First, this takes Ultra mode into even more places. Jupiter already the most integrated protocol in all of Solana DeFi, arguably all of DeFi as a whole. And now this is going to get to even more places by making it easier for new people to grow. You saw this kind of strategy with like AWS, right? They kind of offered credits to young startups, people like Netflix and whatever. And then as they grew, usage of AWS also grew. This is a way for Ultra Mode to actually grow as well. And of course, 50% of all those fees go into the Litterbox Trust as well. So that's awesome. And then second, this is a grow the pie kind of effort. This is going to get more builders onto Solana and make it easier for them to build things that actually generate real value. So this is good, not just for Jup token holders, not just for Jupiter itself, but also for the entire Solana ecosystem. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. That is just the facts. It's too good. YY. Any last words to throw on here for the Ultra Mode API?
I think go and try it out. Even if you're not a dev, just like write code and like figure it out. It is that simple. I'm sure that the docs is pretty straightforward, just to copy and paste and get you started. So try it out. Let us know. Give us any feedback. We'll try to improve from there. And if you would like to see more of this like dev content, every Thursday, the DevRel working group and I, just get together, go on Discord, have a quick chat. Sometimes we do have guests as well. So come on in, tune in with us. Maybe you can learn something from there, or if you'd like to share your developer journey as well, we would love to hear from you.
Fantastic. And then Goldman Stash said the power of 1,000 suns in a single API call. I'm going to change this. The power of 1,000 Seongs in a single API call. That's the real alpha right there. Dirk says, you guys are fantastic. Dirk, you are fantastic. YY, you are also fantastic. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Thank you.
See you very soon. Whew. All right. That was we're not even halfway through, and I'm already definitely going to be wrong on time. But here's the good news. We got some fan favorites coming back to the call as we do a little deep dive into JupSOL. I think, honestly, maybe the most underrated Jupiter product of them all. But why would I tell you about it when instead I can have the lady killer himself is back again, back to back? Planetary calls, drop a little JM in the chat for our guy Soju, father of JupSOL. How you doing, Soju?
JM. Well, I didn't expect to be back twice in a row, definitely. But we just had but you wanted to talk about JupSOL, and unfortunately, I'm the only one who can talk about JupSOL. So let's go.
Unfortunately, fortunately, brother, this is look at the chat right now, lighting up. Let's show these JMs a little bit faster so people can just see how excited folks are to have you over here. The lady killer himself, indeed. Oh, forgot, lady, that smile is killing me on God. Yes, keep showing all of those comments as quickly as possible, please, so that people can know. Yeah, there's so many that Cian cannot keep up with all of them. But where she's going to show obvious. Yeah. All right, Soju is back. JupSOL, father of JupSOL. I remember when you first, I think, had this kind of idea and started to push it with the Sanctum boys. Did you know that it would grow to be as big as it is right now? Did you have a sense?
I had a sense that it would do pretty well, but definitely not a sense that like JupSOL is the third largest LST today, only behind second largest LST actually, only behind JupSOL themselves, which is like an insane achievement and definitely not what I expected when we launched it. Yeah.
Pretty incredible. What's the TVL like?
I think like $800 million of JupSOL. We have a long way to go. We can do.
We can get much bigger as well. But for anyone that does not already know, can you tell them a little bit about the beginnings of JupSOL?
Yeah, I'm just here to share a bit of the story behind JupSOL. So just for everyone to know, like there was a point of time where everyone wanted a yen transaction on Solana. And then Solana decided to come out with this anti-spam mechanism where if you had a stake validator, you will have priority access to yen transactions. Jupiter, obviously, is probably the most retail used app, and we don't have any institutional users who can bring their own validators and support us. So we had this simple idea where like if we rally together all these retail users who Kash holds a little bit or so, I hold a little bit less than Kash probably, and everyone else out there holds so, and we put everything into one LST, this LST will then help land transactions for everybody using Jupiter. And that is JupSOL. So for you guys, just some numbers out there, like for one, Jupiter Validator and JupSOL has no Solana Foundation delegation. So if you look at Twitter and see those people talking about how you have to have Solana delegation, if not you will be unprofitable. Jupiter Validator has never taken any delegation and will never take any delegation. We also have no institutional stake. So we always talk about how Solana staking, like 85 out of 100 SOL comes from native staking because that's where the big whales have all their money. But Jupiter, more than 90% of stake comes from the LST of the Jupiter Validator. Comes from the LST because it's you and me holding LSTs in our wallet. Like nobody wants to figure out how to stake natively. Yeah. And all of this is really only possible thanks to Centum. So Centum brought down the barrier of entry for starting the validator and LST down because you no longer had to incentivize your own liquidity. You could just rely on Centum router and Centum reserve, which is all integrated into Jupiter. So we built this very simple UX. You want to hold JupSOL? Go to jup.ag, buy JupSOL, and you are holding it. You want to sell? Go to jup.ag and sell. You don't have to like buy SOL, go to another website and then stake it, or unstake it, go to another website and then sell it. Like none of that. That's the Centum. Yeah. But
Shout
today,
out to our boys at Centum.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
shout out the boys at Centum. Everyone knows me outside there, helping them for cloud launch. They help us launch this product, and it's been amazing ever since. But so how do we take JupSOL to the next level? So JupSOL and Jupiter Validator is sort of like our way of giving back to the space and the chain. So we wanted to be able to run our own validator, or we needed someone to participate in what's going on, like discussions, SIMD 228, and all of that. And so we brought on a personal friend of both me and Kash. And I'm so excited today to introduce someone who has been working behind the scenes tirelessly, which is our dear friend Italo. So here's a video. Woo!
Please
Sorry,
drop a little
Italo.
jam in the chat for Italo as well, folks.
Yeah. Let me just hype him up a little bit before he goes. But
Okay.
basically, Italo was building on Solana for a long time, and he attended his first event, which was, I think, Breakpoint 2023, maybe, or 2022, and that's where we met. And then this guy is intense. Like the dedications he goes to our validator is insane. For example, he has his own server rack in Madrid where he buys all the hardware himself and installs it and checks on it regularly. And then you know how we had that big blackout in Madrid recently? We also had backups to like switch to Frankfurt to make sure that we're not affected. And during the SIMD 228 discussions where everyone on Twitter was talking about this SIMD, he was the one that was constantly in touch with us, keeping us informed, helping us like make a decision or participate in conversations on our behalf. And I'm very sure that Jupiter Validator and JupSOL will not be so strong today without him. But without further ado, Italo, he asked with, what do you have?
Hey guys, first of all, Soju, we know each other since 2021, not 2023.
Anyway, I'm so sorry.
First breakpoint.
Same.
Yeah, they.
Italo, do you remember where we first met? Let's see.
Where we first met in person was in Bahamas.
That's right. It was in the back of a car at the FTX conference.
Yeah.
Whole another story for a whole another day. Let me promise you that. Anyway, please go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Then yeah, let me do I think since this is my first time here, let me do like a 7-second presentation, just an introduction about me. Then I have been a developer for 15 plus years at this point. Work at Google and many other companies. Been in Solana since 2021. I created a website called soldev.app, which helped many developers for a couple of years. It no longer exists. Thank God, because there is more content online now. We don't need it. Then I work at a sex that no longer exists neither. I made cash in that one. And then I founded Ironforge on the summer of 2022 after winning I think it was called the Summer Camp Hackathon, if I'm not mistaken. Ironforge is still 6 today. More news about that one soon. And then, and I always been running for the last, I think, 2 years, more or less, a validator, just as a side project for fun. So keep connected with the validator ecosystem. There is a lot of very smart people there. And yeah, as Soju mentioned it, I've been like kind of managing the Jupiter validator and helping with JupSOL as much as possible for the last, I think, 4 to 5 months, if I'm not mistaken. On that time, we designed a setup for the validator that includes 2 geographically distributed data centers, one in Madrid, the other one is in Frankfurt. In Madrid, we own the hardware, which means that when we are running the validator in Madrid, it's the best possible hardware. We are not leaving anything there. On Frankfurt, we rent that hardware. And then, what this allows is primary and backup setup, 0 downtime upgrades, instant failover in case of something happening, like Soju was mentioning, Spain and Portugal went like full blackout, not even internet for like 12 hours or whatever. The Jupiter validator did not like saw anything. It fell over to Frankfurt. Everything worked as expected. And yeah, I think going forward, you will see me, I think, participating on the DAO conversations often, especially around things that help the DAO become less dependent on the team, which I think is one of the goals of the DAO right now, or other areas that align with my areas of expertise, like being a developer or being a business operator. Then you will see me around those topics. And yeah, the last thing is on that note of the DAO, right now we are considering running Dancer, the first version, which is called Frankendancer. There is a couple of reasons why, but I think the most important reason is we want to support the network on this journey of becoming the second blockchain with multiple clients. And Jupiter, if we decide to run Frankendancer, Jupiter will be the biggest validator by far doing so. And continue being on the like a front line in Solana pretty much. There are other reasons on why. Tomorrow I will post in the Jup Research Forum because I would love the community to participate on this decision. Then I am preparing a long format post there, and I would love everyone's feedback on this move to use Frankendancer in one of the servers that we have for the Jupiter validator. And yeah, I think that is pretty much for me today. Very happy to be here.
Very good to have you here, brother. Yeah, I think that there's 2 important notes here. The first one is that this is how we kind of like continue to level up, is working with like extremely talented folks like Italo. Anyone who's been in Solana dev for a little while already knows him. He's maybe not as public facing because he's deep in the code at all times, but the guy is just like casually on the side is running, is helping run the validators of an $800 million asset, which is pretty incredible. And the second thing, as Italo mentioned a little bit, this is a DAO conversation, but why would that be? Interesting. There's one thing that I want to say loudly and clearly right here. This is what we call genuine alpha. So if you are making some coffee or holding your child, put away the coffee, throw away your child, come back to the screen and listen to this, because this is a big deal alert. Soju, you have something to say?
I just need to clarify one thing. So you go first, but I need to jump in to say something right before you announce the big deal. But you go first.
I was just about to announce it, my guy. So go ahead.
So there's been a lot of changes in JupSOL recently. And one of the only most important changes is that Centum recently started charging a 5% commission on all the APY on JupSOL. And if you ask me or our team, we will say that 5% is very reasonable because many companies actually spend more money on building the liquidity for this asset than they actually get back in fees. So if I were to launch an LLC today on my own, I will spend much more than 5% of all the API we have to maintain the liquidity of this $700 million asset. So that's the number one news, is that yes, Centum has started charging a 5% fee on commission. But on top of that, they gave us a call and said, "Oh, we will give you guys 50% because you are a valuable partner. You are our largest LLC. Let's work together." And so I would like to let Kash announce what we're going to do with that 50%.
That's right. So with Sanctum's new commission fee, which again is not on the total value of the pool, it's just on the APY that is generated from the pool, we have an option. They said, hey, we're going to take 5%, 2.5 will go to Sanctum, 2.5 can go to you guys. Do you want to take it? And, it's a good bit of money. You can fund new initiatives with it, do all sorts of different things. And we said, you know what? Fuck that. That's 10 Jup well spent right there, by the way. Fuck that. Instead, what we're going to do is take that commission and send all of that revenue to the Jupiter DAO itself. this is what we talk about. Last week, we passed the DAO resolution part 1, where we talked about progressive independence for the DAO and building up independent revenue streams that don't require the team to kind of manually send things over to the DAO. This is now going to be a fully automated fee that goes directly into the DAO, and it's going to be pretty good. As Kash says, smells so good. To give people a sense of the scale here, assuming that SOL price remains constant and trading activity remains constant, which are both big ifs, this looks like something between $500,000 and $750,000 a year going to the DAO to fund additional efforts. Now, if the price of SOL goes up or if the amount of trading activity goes up, those numbers go up as well. So, wow, that's huge, says Pilgrim, and they are correct. Here's the important thing that you need to know. 1, this is a way to kind of safeguard the future of the DAO and make sure that there's a continuous stream of operating budget so the DAO can continue on its mission to accelerate the growth of the Jupiter user base, the community, and idea adoption. And second, this is also a clear thing that the entire DAO can pitch in on. That's why we were so excited about making this happen here, because everyone on this call right now and everyone who watches this later on can also go and use JupSOL, stake your goddamn SOL. I'm going to end up owning like 1,000 Jup at the end of this. Stake your goddamn SOL, use JupSOL to do so, because when you do, it directly benefits the DAO. And when you get others to do it, it also benefits the DAO as well. I know Italo has got some other plans on how we can increase the amount of TVL, the amount of stake in JupSOL. He'll be posting about all of that in the Jup research forums. But this, shout out to our guy, FP from Sanctum, the cloud boy himself. So many good things are going to happen. This is a first of its kind of offering here, where there's an asset that the team is giving to the community from this perspective. Italo, a member of the community, going to help run it, needs your help to make it even better. So do check out the proposal that he's going to put up. It's not like a full voting proposal. It's more of a Jup research post tomorrow that'll include this question of like, hey, should we migrate over to Frankendancer, lead Solana like we normally do, or are the risks not worth it? That's going to be up to you. And getting more people to stake using JupSOL is also going to be up to you. Drop a little W in the chat if you're excited about this. I think this is a super cool kind of thing. People have been asking forever, what happens to the DAO operating budget after the 2 years, whatever else. Now we have at least the beginnings of a revenue stream, and hopefully there'll be more to come afterwards. Soju, as the cat father of JupSOL and one of the founding fathers of the DAO, let's give you your flowers where they're there. How does this announcement make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think JupSOL has always been a very simple product that's easy to grow, and I've been championing for it alone. But it's so, as Kash said, this is a product that everyone understands. Everyone here knows what staking means. Everyone here knows what holding LSD means. And this is the first step towards giving the DAO a product which you can own, which you can grow together, which is easy to understand, and which the benefits of growing it directly benefit the DAO's treasury. So I'm very excited to see how this goes, and I'm more than happy to give out this $700 million asset to the DAO. And I'm very looking forward to what you guys do with it. Yeah.
Ijala, how does this announcement make you feel, brother? You're going to have your work cut out for you now, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
definitely.
Excited. I'm definitely looking forward to go to the Jup Research Forum and start talking to people there. I think, that is what I do behind the scenes. Please don't bring me more here. Everyone knows me now.
So with a face like that, you have to come on video. You got a face for live streams, unfortunately or fortunately. Also, can you clarify in the chat, everyone thinks that you are Italian. Can you tell them the truth?
No, I'm not. Actually, I was born in Cuba. I live in the US most of my life, and now I'm in Spain. Happy married with a Spanish.
You were in Spain, and now you are living in Jupiter, my friend. Congratulations. Welcome to the Jupiverse. It's good to have you here. Excellent. All right. This is a big one, folks. I hope, this call is still not even done. We've already dropped so much alpha and so many big announcements. This is crazy. Please go follow Italo. Go check out his research post. If you see him around, he's been in the community for a little while. Obviously, he's close to many people in the community, but it never hurts to kind of welcome him in, make him feel at home, give him some of that Jupiter love. Spain en el casa. I don't know what that means, but Spain is the home, maybe? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I'm not right now. Italo, thank you so much for coming on, my guy. Excellent. And Soju, thank you for getting JupSOL started, getting it to a fantastic place, and facilitating this transition that benefits the entire DAO and the entire Jupiter community.
Peace out. Love all of you.
Peace out, brother. Peace out. We'll see you soon. Whew. That was a good one. I got to say, that one felt good. I've been excited about making that announcement for a little while. we started talking about that, a week or two ago. Big shout out again to the Sanctum boys. Shout out to everyone who kind of made this possible. But Jupiverse is reminding me that I have 15 minutes, so let's keep going then. Thank you, Wake and Sacks, as always, keeping me on pace. What we're going to do next is drop even more goddamn alpha. Here we have Portfolio V2. If I can be fully honest, Portfolio is my most used Jupiter product. I don't trade every day, but I check my portfolio every day. I love the bundle feature, and that's about to get much better. Please drop a little JM in the chat. You know him, you love him. It's our guy Genisus. Genisus, how you doing? Oh, Genisus is. You're muted, my guy. This is the other providers. D-Bank is in the building, trying to silence our portfolio lead. Let's try that one more time. Genisus, you around?
I am. Just fixing my
Hey,
camera.
there we go. He's back. He's back.
Okay, live demo. Sorry about this. JM, everyone.
Look at the JMs in the chat. They'd love to see you, my guy. Now, let's get right into it. We got Finding Money That You Forgot. He is the Liam Neeson of on-chain. Tell the people about Portfolio V2.
Yeah, am I allowed to share my screen?
Normally, I would say no, but because you are I will
I
say yes.
find
Go ahead.
my,
Go ahead. I'm a man of the people. You know that.
Okay, hold on a sec. Just doing this and this. Now I should
Closing
be
out
good.
some questionable tabs. All right, and he's back with. There we go. Oh my goodness! What is this beautiful thing I
There
see
you
on the
go.
screen?
So yeah, as you might have heard, we are currently working on updating the new portfolio inside Jup.ag. So the goal is really to have a really good experience within Jup.ag with something which is more related to all the different products that you know inside Jupiter. And our portfolio is also coming inside Jup.ag. We've done a full revamp of the whole design and stuff. So you will have, you'll notice some small differences and some really nice design for all the different elements. Obviously, you will still find all your different positions and also be able to quickly filter us on different type of position to quickly see them at one glance. Super useful. So let's check. Do you have some Jupiter stakes? Yes, I do.
I'd about to kick you out of this call.
And then obviously you have the asset breakdown, so you'll be able to quickly check for each tokens what is the percentage that represents for your full portfolio, which is super useful, and also the platform breakdown. That's the first step. But then we have something brand new, never seen yet live, which is a transaction tab. And boy, we spend so much time working on this part. I've spent too many hours working on this spot, but also the full portfolio team as well, obviously. So the goal here is to show you all the different interaction that you add on all your DeFi position and wallets. So you'll see everything that you have done on different platforms. So as you can see here, Jupiter Exchange, EnSoFi, Adriana, Texture, Meteora, DFlow, anything that we can find and identify as a transaction and a service, we will show you exactly what you did. So this is super useful to maybe understand exactly what happened inside a wallet. And this is only the first version. So we'll even go further with some possibility to filter on different type of interaction stuff. So yeah, it's really something highly useful for people that want to track a little bit what's going on chain, and also to find some old maybe transaction that you did in the past. But yeah, very, very, very helpful. And obviously, Wallet Manager also got them. So as you can see here, I've done some work. So you can create group of wallets, which is super useful to see all the different positions you have across all your wallets. So as you can see here, I've created a little DeFi investment group with data investments, and a little bit on Ledger and Jup Mobile as well, obviously. So super useful to manage all your wallet, and also maybe to create some wallet that you want to track. If you know someone that has some good DeFi investment or DeFi solutions, you can also check them and see if they are doing well. So that's it. Big new updates, and there are also some other tabs that will come once we release that. But I don't want to spoil everything, so look into it. for next week.
How good is this? Manique says W so neat. Hunigo says really clean AF. Oh my, this is perfect, says Fad. Seriously, bro, this is mentally satisfying. I am so hyped for this release. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Allows you to stay on top of all your positions. And surely for a product this beautiful and this helpful, we would charge thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, obviously. So it's super expensive. I think it's like $0, something like this. Yeah, very, very expensive.
Woo! That 5-finger discount applied here. Absolutely amazing stuff. Folks, this is pure alpha. This is not live yet. I see people demanding it in the chat already.
It is not.
People are dying for it. You will get it soon. Not going to say an exact date, but it is coming very soon. We'll say certainly before the end of the month and maybe a little bit closer. The hope of show. Yeah, I need it live. You and me both, actually. Sufius. Jupiter is the GOAT, says Aaron. The team just stays shipping constantly. This is too good. When live, can we say the live date or not yet? Do we need to keep that a little bit of a mystery?
Okay, let's try next week. The goal is for next week, we want to be as perfect as possible. We want to do that really right so that you guys are very happy with the release. So we might take a little bit of extra time to make sure everything is perfectly finished. But we're hoping for next week. So finger crossed. We'll put our heart on it. So don't worry.
Amazing. Folks, this is the good stuff. Keep an eye out next week when this comes live. We'll need your help to push this to the world. This is all part of the DeFi super app strategy that Jupiter is embarking on, right? Started as a DEX aggregator, now taking over all of DeFi. One stop that you can go to trade spot, trade perps, check all your DeFi positions, and much, much more. I'll tell you that. Someone in the chat actually had kind of called out one of the things that we're thinking about, but I won't say who exactly. But this is a critical piece of that infrastructure. This is going to become your new homepage and hopefully the homepage for this entire ecosystem. So imagine how competitors feel when they see this. Yes, I do pray for any of our competitors. They're in trouble for all the product suite. Maybe you can compete on a single product, but across the suite, not possible. Juju Girl says, so proud of Jupiter, as am I. Genisus, thanks for coming on, dropping the alpha for the Planetary Call Faithful. It's just for the 6,000 people here that they get to see this. Other people don't get to see this, folks. So growth is tremendous, and that's a fact. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you coming on.
See you. Bye.
See ya. All right, folks, that takes us into the final segment. Actually, we're on track, by the way. I have 11 minutes to end this call and still be right about my hour and 10 minutes thing. Before we go into Catdets Corner, a real quick edition of Drip Too Hard. Drip just continues with incredible artwork. A lot of this from the Enjoyers area. First, I want to give a shout out to Art Formation. Look how sick this is. I would buy this comic book. I'll tell you that right now. Of course, you got to see the little Jupiter logo. You see Mew looking strong and fierce. Self-taught artist from Malaysia. Love to see this. Go follow Art Formation on Twitter as well as on Drip. Then you have Ash Stash. Come on. This is like a fever dream of a piece, and I absolutely love it. This is so sick. I might make this my new computer background, honestly. This is so sick. So shout out to Ash Stash. Again, another self-taught artist blending shapes, illustrations, and abstract elements. Super, super cool over on this one. Vanta with a great piece for Fwog. I feel like this could be like a concert poster or the thing that I see after I take DMT. Either one. Again, just a beautiful one. Say please in the chat if you are into the Fwogs. And then again, another one from Malaysia. Malaysia on top in this edition of Drip Too Hard. And then finally, we got Rob Let's Go MGHRBII on Twitter. Digital artist from Indonesia creating a fantasy world. Let's go. Love this piece as well. Amazing art. 1,000 trillion to Drip artists, says Stash. Let's go. If you're not already on Drip, it is going to make your whole life more beautiful. You can be on the cutting edge of culture, be able to find all sorts of great creators from around the world. Malaysia and Indonesia, this was a little bit more Asian focused, but there's people all over the world doing incredible work. Definitely encourage everybody to go check that out. All right. With that said, let's get into our final section, which is, of course, everybody's favorite section. It is Catdets Corner, and I'm going to need a all caps JM for our guy, iSAK. iSAK, what's going on, buddy? iSAK got a little bit of stage fright. His voice has left him. Where are you at, buddy? I cannot hear you at all.
There we go. I was muted.
There it is. There it is. iSAK, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Really happy to be here. Yeah, it's cool.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And look at you dripped out in the Cat Stand Bull swag, huh?
Hell yeah.
You got to
Love
come
this.
to a
Love this. I
few.
wear
You got to
this
make me look
everywhere.
bad. You wear it to sleep? Is that what you said?
Maybe, but my mom will, get kind of angry at me. She'll be like, "Oh, get that thing off."
Gotcha. I think your video and audio is a little bit delayed, so hopefully this will be smooth enough. But for people who don't know you, do you mind telling them how you got into the Jupiter community?
Oh, so I've been here barely for like, let's say, 2 or 3 months, and it happened with the Jupiter airdrop. I was not so in a like really good state when I was there, in real life and everything that was going on around. And that little Jupiter airdrop, it came off like hope, like a ray of hope that was like just gave me motivation to like keep going on and stuff. And I felt like really thankful, and I appreciate the team and the community that gave me so much. So I was, when almost at the verge of like leaving crypto for the better, I was like, you know what, no, this is worth it. So I decided to stay back just because of Jupiter, and I'm right now only active in Jupiter as well, and I've loved spending every single fucking minute here. So yeah, this has been great, really.
Note that I will not be paying for anybody else's swears. It's great to have you. What I love about this story, by the way, is that it's a great example of why we do Jupiverse in the first place, right? We talk all the time is that it's an invitation out to users of Jupiter to come join the community. And iSAK is an excellent example because it's not just that you're a community member. For people who don't know, tell them a little bit about the ways that you're actually helping to grow the Jupiverse as well.
Yeah, so a little intro again. I'm iSAK. I lead the Jupiter India Regional Initiative, as well as I work on the Jupe Down newsletters, which come out weekly and monthly with beloved AG. And so recently we started out with when these regional initiatives were like taking place. I was, to be honest, not even involved in the beginning, but somehow like found my way there. And right now, like we have been going on like cross country. I'm thankful that you guys featured us on the last to last Planetary call where you guys gave us a shout out. And we have successfully so far conducted 4 events across 4 different states in India, and the reach has been like amazing. Like so many people have been getting back to us on our Twitter handle and even my personal DMs, and they're like, oh, we are so glad that Jupiter community is there in India. Like we have been using Jupiter for a long time, but we didn't know like if the community was there or not, or we didn't know how to reach out to these people or where to meet them. And I was like, yeah, well, that's why we're here. And we like still working on like back end, like there are like 4 or 5 people that I'm in talks with for more regions to cover, and the plan is to like grow steadily, like sow the seeds in all different places, and then turn this into like a giant network in India itself, where the whole Jupiter community can come together and have fun.
Love to hear it. And indeed, in India, people might be able to tell by my skin and my name that I am also Indian and have a lot of love for India in my heart. But the crypto landscape there is tricky. Regulations not great. A lot of the centralized exchanges pretty tough. They get hacked from time to time. You can't really withdraw a lot of the time. Can you talk a little bit about the state of crypto in India for people that might not know?
Oh, the state of crypto in India is it's a bit tricky. I don't know if I can say my personal opinions up here, but to be honest, it's kind of it's kind of difficult. Like at one point, the government is like, "Oh wait, crypto is illegal in India. You guys should not deal with it," and the next moment they want us to pay like 30% tax returns on everything, like not just capital gains, but it's like even if I have like let's say 1,000 stakes Jupiter and I'm earning ASR on that, they're gonna ask for taxation on that as well. So it gets kind of complicated. But then that's why people are like very skeptical of getting into crypto and all these kind of things. So what happened was like during one of the events that we were doing, we ended up showing them the Jupiter Mobile invite code thing, and I like we almost ended up onboarding everyone who was present in that event, and they were like, "Wait, this is so quick!" Like they didn't even realize, like just clicking on the link, they had Jupyter Mobile installed, and boom, there you go, claim, and that's it. And yeah, we tried and we succeeded in that. So I'm really excited to see where this is all going, and hopefully better days to come in India for crypto. And yeah.
That's right. And I think the reason I asked that question is that it's the most important time to be building community and onboarding people and making it feel easy for them is in places where it's not naturally easy to do. As you mentioned, the 30% crazy taxes there. It's very hard to use centralized exchanges. Regulations are not friendly. So it's only by putting a friendly face and putting like a warm, welcoming kind of a show out there for people to join into that we can actually start to change the tides a little bit in India. So that was a nice answer. And yes, I did put him on the spot. I don't prep any of these questions with the cadets in the Catdets Corner.
Oh, no, it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the Jupyter Mobile mascot, it is the friendliest face, to be honest. Like, look at that cute cat, and who doesn't want to, have it in their mobile phone? So,
AG says iSAK onboarding 100% of India population by 2026. That is, I think, about 200 million people a month. So you better get off this call and get to work, my G. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Tell us, how is it running a regional community? Like, what is the most fun part of it, and what is maybe harder than you thought it would be?
Oh, harder than a thought part. This is interesting. So the hard part like came at first, where there was this a little bit of controversy where two Jupyter India pages was existing at the same time, and then when it came to the trial budgets and everything, we were in kind of a situation where it's like who gets selected, who does not. But I kind of had like a rough idea in my mind to how to go with these things, and luckily we were able to do that. Right now, both of the accounts are merged together, and I love all the people that I'm working with. Shout out to Freaky Zoid, Destroyer, and Lixdeep as well. Even Ray was with us during the starting of this initiative. He's kind of busy right now, so he has taken a backseat, but I really appreciate all the help that he has given us. And yeah, so that was like the tough part. And the easier and the fun part comes when everyone is trying to get in touch with you, like we have this idea, we want to do this to expand the community inside India. So it's not just a singular effort from our end. Like people are enthusiastic and they're coming forward to talk about it, discuss things, brainstorm ideas, and it's just fun. It's just like really lovely to see people putting their efforts to this thing for Jupyter, because honestly I love Jupyter, and I think everyone else does as well. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, I think that's about it, but I can't let you go without asking you the one question I ask every time. For people who are watching this, we have 6,000 viewers right now. For people who are watching this and they're kind of new to the community, or they're not sure where to come in, they've seen some of the content or whatever else, or they use the products, what advice do you have to somebody who wants to get more involved into the Jupyter community?
Okay. I don't want to be narcissistic when I say this, but I might be a good example of this thing. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's been like barely 2 or 3 months since I'm here, and here I am on a Planetary call. Like I was pretty nervous, but then you guys are like really chill, and I'm just so glad to have you guys. And the thing is like just ask around. Like there are so many nice people here. Like girl has been there for me. Maja has been helping out. She's such a sweet lady, and all these people like they are so friendly, upcoming, and they just like help you out. See these things. Like I was there going into the work group chat channel, and I was asking what all these things are going on, and maybe I can help with this thing. And at that time, like AG himself, like he was like, "Oh, well, I do the newsletter things already. Do you want to contribute to it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, why not? Like if it won't be a bother." And we started experimenting some stuff, and I just like got on from there. I started with the newsletter, then got into the regional parts. I'm leading the Jupyter India initiative now, so it's actually really easy to find your footing into this this whole community. And it's just all you need to do is like take that one step, and everything else is gonna be like a smooth ride there. So yeah, everyone is like welcome.
I think that's a great piece of advice from somebody that is not just talking the talk, but has walked the walk. So I say to you, dear viewer, be like iSAK. Get involved in the community, start making a difference, start contributing, start help push the decentralized meta forward, and make sure that we can kind of take over not just all of crypto, but all of the world. Love to see it. The chat, drop a little W for our guy, iSAK. Came up here, smashed it with the potato Wi-Fi. It's what we love to see. And he's driving the little West Side as well. Before you go, Jules put up a little comment here. There's a lot of community leaders and mentors who are passionate and active to support. If someone wants to get involved, they just got to be around and find a way to add value. And now we see the W's flowing in, studying and taking notes. Awesome. iSAK, thank you so much for coming through. Great seeing you as always, my guy.
Thanks for having me here.
Talk to you soon, man. Oh, be like iSAK. That is what I would say to all of you. iSAK crushing it. I'll be honest with you, I did expect him to have a giant mustache because I've seen this photo so many times. But even without it, handsome devil. Good to have him on here. Well, folks, we are, 2 or 3 minutes past what I thought we would be past, but still pretty good. Pretty good, I think. We kind of got there. Let's just recap what we did. We went through this week in the Jupiverse, product updates, integrations aplenty, alpha scan crushing, best place to trade, in size for the majors, many other things. Then we launched Universal Send. If you have not already liked, retweeted, commented on that post on Twitter, the world needs to know because this is a big deal, the easiest way to bring people onto crypto and the easiest way to send money in any currency anywhere to anyone. Then we talked about the Ultramode API and YY live on the call in 2.5 minutes showed you how easy it is to get the best DeFi swap built directly into your dApp. Before we talked about JupSOL, we had Soju, the lady killer, on talking about the origins of it, $700 to $800 million asset. Our guy Italo, his introduction to the community as the man who's managing the Jupiter validator. And then, of course, the big news that all revenues from that are going to be given to the DAO as a part of its operating budget going forward. And if that wasn't enough, we saw Portfolio V2, which was just chef's kiss, beautiful. I've actually seen it before, and I was still impressed by how beautiful it was before we hit it up with iSAK at the end. A great example of somebody going from a user to a community member to a community leader, one step at a time. All I can say now, thank you so much for coming out. Please do go follow Jupiter on Twitter. Go to the YouTube page, follow. We have a bunch of great videos. Shout out to the Uplink boys, been cooking on the YouTube lately. I got to say, you don't have to go home, as DJ Sims would say, but you can't stay here. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you very much, everybody.